Welcome back, everyone, and I'm here again with our SBR contributor, Jeff Grant, and today we're going to be looking at that college football game between the Penn State Nittany Lions and the Indiana Hoosiers. How you doing today, Jeff?
I'd be doing a lot better if this matchup wasn't as tough as it looks on paper, because you have a team that's lost 4 games in a row going on the road against a team that's literally done nothing without its starting quarterback being lost by a season-ending injury. So this is a very hard game to handicap for our viewers heading into Week 11.
Yeah, man, and we know that the Nittany Lions need to win at least 2 of their last 4 games if they want to be bowl eligible. But do you actually see them being a part of the 2014 postseason, man?
You know what? At the beginning of the year, you looked high at Penn State just at that fact. They weren't expected to have that eligibility available, but the NCAA lifted that infraction. But basically, now they've lost 4 games in a row. I think that momentum is a distant memory under first-year head coach James Franklin. He's done a tremendous job taking over for Bill O'Brien, who left for the NFL with the Houston Texans. But this is a difficult game because Penn State has 3 games remaining after this, and you figure they're going to beat Temple at home and pick up a victory against Illinois on the road, and they finish out against Michigan State. So they may actually have a letdown here going on the road, but then pick up those victories and then close out the season against Michigan State. So they still can pick up the 6 victories, even if they drop this game in Bloomington.
All right, man, and how about Indiana? I mean, they've been outgained by 651 yards in dropping back-to-back games since their loss of their starting quarterback, like you said, in Week 7. Now, considering that, Jeff, do you actually think the Hoosiers have enough weapons to actually pull off a home underdog win in this matchup?
They have the biggest weapon in the backfield in the entire conference in Tevin Coleman, 162.5 rushing yards per game. The team ranks 3rd in the Big Ten with 274.5 rushing yards. But this team has lost offensively in terms of balance since Nate Sudfeld went down. And more importantly, when you look at last year's game against Penn State, Indiana had lost the previous 16 meetings against Penn State. They're now 1-16 in the series. They picked up a 44-24 victory as 3.5-point home underdogs last year against Penn State. And Sudfeld was the important factor in that game. He threw for 321 yards and 2 touchdowns. Now they're going with a true freshman quarterback in Xander Diamont, 10 for 23 for 35 yards passing in his 2 starts under center. These are surprising numbers, Dax, because when I look at this guy's background, he was the Los Angeles City Player of the Year a season ago, threw for 3,501 yards and 47 touchdowns. Those are incredible numbers against pretty good high school competition. I hail from Southern California, so I know he's not playing bad opponents in those high school games. He also enrolled early at Indiana, so I'm expecting him to take a step up in terms of his performance as he's making his 2nd start in front of the home crowd.
All right, man. So what type of bet are we going to be seeing here? I mean, are we going to be leaning on Indiana, or should we go the other way?
I'm going to go against public perception here. I do not like the side whatsoever. I see the movement going from Penn State being a 5-point road favorite to 7. I completely understand the move because they have a major edge in terms of quarterback play, as the Nittany Lions have Christian Hackenberg under center. I think he's still going to put up great numbers offensively. He leads the Big Ten with 254.8 passing yards, and he goes against one of the worst defenses in the country. I think Diamond's going to do enough. I think the offense has to open up to allow Tevin Coleman to get some running room. I'm going to go against public perception. The move has already moved toward the under, 47-44 in the market. The Hoosiers 13-4-1 to the over in their last 18 home games, and I'm going to go with that trend, and I'm going to go over 44 in Saturday's game featuring Penn State and Indiana.
All right, Jeff, good stuff, my man. As always, it's a pleasure talking football with you, and I look forward to doing this again tomorrow.
Thank you.
No problem. And for SBR Picks, this is Dax Floyd.
The SBR Network offers free sports picks and game breakdowns, big money free betting contests year-round, a real-time Vegas-style odds monitoring service, and much more. So come see for yourself. To stay updated on SBR news and promotions, follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and Google+, and do be sure to subscribe to the Sportsbook Review YouTube channel to catch all our daily sports shows.